Welcome to the City of Pinellas Parks City Council meeting. Our city offers superior parks, premium recreational services, exceptional public safety resources, optimal investment opportunities, and more. Our mayor and city council welcomes you to tonight's meeting.
Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday, March 14th, 2024. Calling to order our city council. We will have an invocation and pledge of allegiance. So please rise if you wish. Oh, good. Oh, okay. My apologies. This evening, the invocation is being given by Pastor Brandon of Community Bible Baptist Church, which is located at 6565 78th Avenue. Thank you.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, I thank you for this opportunity to come before you on behalf of Pinellas County. Lord, I pray that this time we can make it dedicated to you. Lord, dedicated to your love for people. Lord, love for those who have been wronged, and love for just everyone that is in the world. God, I pray that we could even have an ounce of that love for others during this time in our day-to-day lives. God, I pray that you can give the leaders here wisdom to lead well and to just to know how to serve you the best, God. God, I thank you for your word, that you make it so clear, your laws and your desires for us. God, I pray that you bless this time. God, stir our hearts just to know truth and to live out that truth. And Lord, I pray that everyone here can know the full truth of your Son, Christ, and the gift he is for us, that we can be forgiven of any sins through trust in him and trust alone. God, I pray that we can live out the love of Christ, the justice of Christ, and the grace of Christ in this meeting and beyond. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Aaron.
Thanks to this gentleman that's standing next to me, the city has the capabilities of being a tree city every year. And Aaron is always gracious enough to come out and accept this proclamation. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas the holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas trees can reduce erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, lower our heating and cooling cost, moderate the temperatures, clean air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource given for use of paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase the property values, enhance the economic vitality and business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Sandra Lee Bradbury, Mayor of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, and on behalf of the entire City Council, do hereby proclaim March 16th as Arbor Day and encourage the citizens of Pinellas Park to celebrate Arbor Day to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands and to plant and care for our trees. In witness, I set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, to be fixed on this 14th day of March of 2024. Thank you. Thank you.
And we will be celebrating Arbor Day this weekend at Country in the Park this Saturday, and community development will be there handing out free seeds. So come on down and get some seeds. Thanks.
Thank you. Now I would like Keith Sibyl to come forward, and as he is coming forward, we have an announcement. The APWA selected him as Director of the Year this year, so we need to give him a big round of applause.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that, and definitely that's not an award just for me. It's for everybody I work with, all the folks in the Public Works Department, City Council, City Manager, Assistant City Manager, Mr. Hubbard. So thank you for all your support and everything you do to make my job easier. If I could, I'd like to call the folks from Achievia up. Sorry about that. My bad. I'm going to pass the mic around to them and have them introduce themselves because I don't know what position they hold. So here you go.
My name is Lucy Chalice. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Achieva.
My name is Sarah Hussein. I'm the market president, and I oversee all the branches.
My name is Deidre Gress, and I'm a branch development manager of the St. Pete office.
I'm Roland Bryan, the Audit Committee Chair on the Achieva Credit Union Board of Directors.
And as you can see, the acronyms after their names, CEOs, district managers, a board member, a legend. We'll get into that later. Bart's going to help me out with that. So Mr. Bryant and I were having a conversation in my office, as we do a lot these days, and we were talking about employees and how they're having a difficult time, and we try to provide a healthy work environment, and we started talking about their the financial health of our employees and the difficulties that they're going through just because of the the current market. And he said, I'm on the Achieva board, been on there for over 20 years, and he goes, I'd like to help you out with that. I'd like to bring our team in and sit down with all the folks in Public Works and help them reach the financial goals that they have. And when he told me that, I said, absolutely, love to do it. And he brought in a lot of firepower. I don't know any bank that would bring in a person that's over the entire market, people that are over all the branch development, the mortgage department. And these folks sat down with all of our employees. They've spent hours of their time dedicated to helping our employees, with any questions they had, from banking questions to mortgage to helping out their credit and the importance of credit. And to me, it's very important, because if you have an employee that comes in and they don't have that financial health and they don't feel secure, in that area of their life, it's going to affect their work. So they came in, like I said, spent hours and hours, months and months meeting with our employees. And this token of appreciation does not do it justice. They're a local bank. They had, they're not in there trying to sell any products. It was out of the kindness of their heart. And just as a token of our appreciation, I'd like to present you with this plaque, and it has our city emblem on it, and it says Public Works, first to respond, last to leave, and it shows the partnership that we have with you, Achieva Credit Union. So I thank you guys for that. I hope it hangs loud and proud in the Pinellas Park Achieva, just to show that partnership, and we thank you for everything you do. And if you guys have anything to say.
We thank you for opening up your home and letting your employees on your time, let us speak with them and help them. So thank you for including us.
Yeah, I just want to ditto what Lucy said. Thank you for this partnership, the trust, and when we come, we're always welcome. There's team members there that have really good questions, and I do feel that, with this partnership, we are going to make a difference. So thank you.
So thank you again. And hopefully it will be a long-lasting relationship.
I have nothing to say.
I do want to say one last thing. I do appreciate Roland bringing us into this partnership, so I could not. I have to give him credit, because if it wasn't for him, he would have never introduced us to Keith. So thank you for that partnership as well. So thank you.
Hold on, Mr. Bryant, if you could. So I'm going to say a few words, and then I'll pass it over. Yeah. Does anybody have a tissue box for Bart? That is awesome. He's going to need that. So this is from the hip. A lot of you guys might have seen Mr. Bryant walking around the PWOC. You might see him standing out on 78th Avenue. This gentleman, working. He spent over 30 years, I believe, with Pinellas Technical College. 45, sorry. And he definitely does not look his age. This man, he's a man of God. He's the salt of the earth. What he brings to this community, what he brings to the city and our department, there isn't a financial, there isn't an amount of money that could, compensate him for what he does. And I said the community because in his 45 years, he's been teaching the entire Tampa Bay area and overseeing the Public Works Academy at Pinellas Technical College. And, we talk a lot. Bart spoke about him. Before I even met him, he talked about him, and he always talked about this guy. He said he's a legend. And I don't even know if that does him justice. It really doesn't. Bart says, when I'm gone, this place will still run. When I leave, when all of us leave, the organization that we're at, it'll continue on. But I can't say the same about the Public Works Academy. He oversaw that academy for many, many years. He built it. He ran it. He was the face of it. I knew many people that worked with him. That were all of our folks have had some sort of interaction with Mr. Bryant. He's trained pretty much every employee at the city. I think my dad's folks went to him. He went to him. Bart at the county, everybody. And let me tell you something. When he left, that academy folded. The county thought they were going to come in and rework it and make it into something that they wanted it to be, and it fell on its face. All the organizations, all the other cities that stayed with the Pinellas Technical, the college, are now at the Public Works Training Institute, which he oversees. He's on the board. He runs it. And they operate that out of the Public Works Operations Center, PWOC. I can't tell you the blessing that it is to have this man in our building. The mentoring that he's done with me, talking to him, not just about, public works. He talks to you about life. When he shakes your hand, he holds on to it for an extra second or two every time, and he smiles and he looks at you and he says, how's your family doing? How are you doing? He doesn't ask anything about, the work. And then as you sit down and you start talking to him, it evolves into, some work situations, some things that are going on. He's mentored a lot of young people that we have. He's brought in a lot of our employees. And Boy Scouts, we met Bart. Bart walks the kids through the building and talks to them and teaches them. He's lead. I don't know what Boy Scout chapter it is, but these kids were in the Public Works building not too long ago, and one kid came in. He was grumpy and wouldn't even eat a honey bun, and by the end of it, he didn't want to leave. He said, "Do I have to leave? I don't want to go home." But it's an honor and it's a pleasure to work alongside Mr. Bryant. He's done so much for us, not only for the Public Works, but like I said, the community as a whole. And I did forget to mention the folks from Achieva, under his guidance. We did a shred fest at Forbes Recreation Center. They paid for it. They had these trucks set up, and all people had to do was drive through. They had all the volunteers. And I want to see, there was a couple hundred cars. I didn't think it was going to be that big of an event, but oh my goodness. Cars were lined up. There was a couple hundred cars that went through there and got their stuff. People from the community got all their stuff shredded they needed to, and that was under his guidance and his leadership. So, I can't say enough about him. I could sit up here all night and talk about him. Yeah. But so he has, like I said, he has an office in the Public Works building, and I am proud to hand this to him, and hopefully he'll hand it back tomorrow, and we'll put it up in front of his office that shows that he really is a part of our team and our family, and I thank him so much for everything he's done.
That was a eulogy, wasn't it? Holy cow. But thank you so much. I tell you, it's been a great relationship over the years working with Bart and Keith and even his father. It goes back a number of years. So again, I'm honored. I'm thankful to be here, to be a part of this community. And by the way, that lady in the back sitting to your, she joined our board, Sharon, probably a few months ago, and she's part of the Achieva team. So again, it's a community relationship. I'm honored. I'm proud to be a part of this community. I'm planning on buying a house here at some point. I'm working on that part. So again, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your community. Look forward to more. By the way, we have a Shred Fest scheduled for October, first Saturday in this year. So get your illegal documents ready. Those old falsified tax returns, bring them out, and we'll shred them for you. So thank you so much.
We have one more presentation. Thank you. So, Mr. Butler, you've given me one of mine, so this is presented to Richard Rick Butler upon your retirement, which is not yet, and in grateful appreciation for over 26 years of dedicated service to the city of Pinellas Park. As of March 8th, 1998 to March 28th, 2024. And I want to present this plaque to you. And I'm sure the rest of council will be echoing this, but I can remember going to my very first Florida League of Cities, and you standing beside me, introducing me, and the very first person you introduced me to was Renee Flowers, and just all of the people that you've introduced me to over the years. that has made it possible for me to grow as a councilwoman and as a mayor. I still reach out to a lot of those people that you introduced me to that first year. So I'm definitely grateful to have been by your side. Thank you.
Thank you. Six years. God damn.
Okay. And we have a video to show.
Yeah. It's work. See.
Oh, gosh.
That place has got a case of double ugly. And there ain't no fixing that out there. I mean, it's just double ugly. Yeah, you know what I mean by double ugly?
I want to be young again. You know, with my regular hair color instead of that gray stuff.
Boom, boom, boom.
The people here are going to love me, and half of you are going to hate me.
See, I don't want you. And I don't want your drama. I don't want all the nonsense.
This is the stuff that dreams aren't made of. Shut it down.
Still feisty as ever, which we appreciate because it always comes from the heart.
Yep.
Do my fellow council members like to say anything?
Honestly, I think that said it all about Rick. But I'll tell you, that's a guy who's done more for the homeless people, not just in Pinellas Park, but in Pinellas County. I mean, that guy's got a heart for the young people and the old people. All the other people in between, you're on your own. But I'll tell you, Rick, he's got a big heart. He really does. And I am so thankful to know him and to be on council with him. And we've had our differences, but you know, when we walk out that door, it's over. But to me, Rick's a real stand-up guy, and I'm glad to know you, man. And I wish you the best. And do not change your phone number.
Whenever you would like.
I've had a great time with Rick and doing out in gator hunting and some fun stuff. And but I can always say that he was. I'm gonna cry.
Tissue, Bart, tissue.
But no, but he was there, he was there for he was a big pillar for my mom. So, and his family has always been a big help to my family. And his knowledge that he has of the city and the knowledge that even though he's a little harsh sometimes, and we know when he's going to rear up in that chair, that he's has the interest of the city at heart. And there's never been a time I've seen him not, honestly, even if he was grouchy on the outside, not help somebody. And I owe him. And and I say this to you, I owe you. I am. It's all in here. It's all like, ooh, ooh. But I do owe you a lot as far as everything and what I do, and you're still going to be my go-to phone call now that I'm going to be allowed to talk to you, and I think you're pretty amazing. So I do. Thank you. Thank you for all you've done. Thanks. It's very hard.
I'll tell him tomorrow night in his ear. I'll whisper in his ear.
Okay.
It's like a funeral in here tonight.
The one thing I never got to do, I always wanted to do, but I never got to do it, was whip his ass. That guy with a weed shop. What was his name?
Randy Hines.
Randy Hines.
After the meeting.
I told him once I'm off of this, I'm fair back game. We have to do that for
You
money.
got the beginning of one more meeting,
Oh, okay.
and then
I'll pace myself.
yes. At this time, we do open it up for citizens to come up and ask any questions of city council or staff, anything that is not on the agenda this evening. Yes, ma'am.
You're in trouble now, Rick.
Well, I'm counting on Rick to like what I am asking about, actually. My name is Mary Mondahar, and I've lived in Pinellas County for 45 years, currently at 6490 69th Avenue North in Pinellas Park. I love Pinellas Park. I have a question that's probably a rhetorical question, so I'll ask the question, and then I'll probably answer my own question. My question is about garage sales. Are we allowed to have garage sales? Yes, we are. My understanding is 2 every 6 months. And the problem is that, am I right? Okay, so the problem is that we're allowed to have garage sales, and yet city people come and take down our signs before we even get started. Signs cost a lot of money. Making signs takes a lot of time. A lot of people are under a big hardship right now financially. We were speaking earlier about financial goals. For some people, it's what can I drag out of my house and sell to buy food and put it on the table and pay my utility bills. So I think it's a good question, and I would like to see that they take the signs down Monday, but they take them down Friday and Saturday. And then all of a sudden the business drops off and you go to check and the signs are gone, and we know it's because the city took them. And so I know I speak for a lot of other people. I've been meaning to come down here and ask this question probably for the last couple years. But today I looked at the calendar that y'all provide for me, and I said, oh, I can get there tonight. So let me drive by and ask the question. Could we ask the city people, who are very diligent in removing the signs, so they take their job seriously, could we have them leave Friday, Saturday? I take all my signs down because if in another time I'm going to want to have another one. So it takes time and the signs cost money. So yeah, so we ask those people to remove those signs Monday morning instead of removing them Friday and Saturday when, we put ads also online, but those signs are a big help in bringing people to your yard sale. So that's all I wanted to ask. I appreciate getting to meet all of you. I'm ashamed that I have lived here for so many years, and Pinellas Park probably 40 of those 45 years. I'm a graduate of St. Pete College. I'm still practicing as a dental hygienist in the community doing fill-in because there's a shortage of hygienists. I'm supposed to be retired, but they keep calling, and I hate to say no, so I keep going. I'm retired from United Parcel Service and then went back to school at there at the corner of Park Boulevard and 66th Street. Took me 5.5 years to get a bachelor's degree over there. But anyway, so thank you for letting me speak. And what can we do about that?
Well, I got a suggestion. I'm going to only tell you out of 26 years. There's a trash can behind the police station. It's a roll off. It's not real big. You can reach in there. But every time you put up an illegal sign and you want to find that sign, you go to the trash can, just pull it back out, use it again. Okay.
You could have whispered that in my ear, but you're telling me loud and clear. That's nice to hear.
Yeah, they're all there too.
The We Buy Houses signs, they don't seem to disappear. Work from home doesn't seem to disappear. It only seems to be the garage sale signs that disappear. But could the workers perhaps not pick them up on Friday and Saturday?
We have a sign ordinance. If a sign is put in the right of way, they are supposed to be taken down by code enforcement, police department, the public works employees. I wrote a note and sent it over to Bart for that to see if we could.
Right, because I don't have a problem with it being removed. I just have a problem with it being removed on Friday and Saturday.
Right.
Well, and truthfully, not everybody takes them on. I mean,
You're right.
That's just the reality. A lot of times they're left out there and we're left.
So they should be picked up, right? I'm not suggesting they not be picked up. I'm just saying, it's not fair to the ones that do pick them up. Even the ones that don't pick them up, they deserve to have their signs thrown away. But they also deserve to try to make a buck to pay their bills. Thank you. Thank you for listening, Mr. Diebold. Did I say your name correctly? Thank you, all of you.
Thank you. Come to some more council meetings. Okay. Are there any citizens that would like to come up and speak on anything else before we start the meeting? Seeing none. We do have a few quasi-judicial items, so I will ask that people stand and be sworn in if they're going to speak on any quasi-judicial items this evening.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to section 2, approval of council minutes. Councilmember Butler.
Yes. Madam Mayor, I make approve a regular council minutes of February 22nd as on file in the city clerk's office. Second.
Motion's been made and second. All those in favor? Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to section 3, public hearings, item P1.
Item P1 is preliminary site plan approval for a new manufacturing building in the M1 zoning district, and that location is at 4680 110th Avenue North.
Thank you. Item P1's preliminary site plan approval. Public hearing, first and final reading. This is quasi-judicial. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over to Bob.
Thank you. My name is Bob Bernhardt, Senior Planner. I'll be presenting cases PSP-1224-00002 and VAR-1224-00004. P1 is a preliminary site plan approval request for a new 5,664 square foot manufacturing building on an already developed site. P2 is a variance to reduce the minimum off-street parking requirement from 84 spaces to 82 spaces. This is an aerial map. You can see the whole parcel outlined in green, the locations at 4680 110th Avenue North. I outlined in red the approximate location of the new development. The land use designation is IL. The zoning is M1, light industrial. And to the east there, you'll notice an RPUD. That parcel is part of a residential PUD, which is basically why we're here tonight. And the flood zone is X, a low-risk flood zone. Here's the proposed site plan. I know it's a little bit tough to see, but you can see in kind of the southeast corner of the parking area, that is the proposed building. It's being proposed within an existing impervious area, essentially within the parking lot. Because of that residential parcel to the east, this is a light industrial zoning. As I mentioned, that's what triggers preliminary site plan approval from City Council. And there are several criteria that need to be met. I won't list every one verbatim, but essentially the first one is all noise generating mechanical equipment must be at least 50 feet from the residential property line. That has been met. Only egress doors for people may face said property, also has been met. And then these are all 20-foot setbacks essentially from the residentially zoned property for loading areas, outdoor storage, and dumpsters. And then the final one is a slightly enhanced landscaping buffer, which has been proposed on a landscape plan. So all requirements are proposed to be met. So to summarize the case, or the cases, the applicant is requesting preliminary site plan approval for this additional manufacturing building. The residential zone parcel to the east triggering this approval is technically part of a larger RPUD. There's an extremely large buffer and a retention pond there to the east, and it's, I believe, over 500 feet from the closest actual residential areas. The proposed development will be within an existing parking lot and will reduce the available parking to 82 spaces. 84 are required by code, but the applicant has provided a parking study, a midweek parking study, that suggests maximum parking utilization rarely approaches half of the available spaces on site. And this variance being approved would allow for existing pervious areas and buffers to remain intact rather than adding underutilized impervious areas to the site. Staff findings are as follows. The proposed use meets the intent of the M1 zoning district per the Land Development Code. The proposed use meets the preliminary site plan requirements per section 18-1524.5. And the request is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the comprehensive plan, as well as the intent of the Land Development Code. Staff recommends approval of both cases. And I'm here with any questions, and I believe the applicant is as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Does City Council have any questions of Bob? Seeing none, would the applicant like to come up and speak on this item? Name and address for the record and whether you were sworn in or not.
I was sworn in. Tim Healy, Frontier Engineering, 803 North Howard Avenue, Tampa, 33606. Just want to say thanks, guys, for letting us hearing the case here tonight. Rick, congratulations. I'm totally jealous because I want to get the heck out of this thing too. It's been a long time, I'm telling you. It's been about 10 years since I've been before you guys, and I always, Pinellas Park is the top with, I'd say, Zephyr Hills, and Pinellas Park is awesome. So I just want to say it's always a pleasure with you guys. You keep it simple, and you're for the people, and I appreciate that. So definitely. So, yep, as Bob said, we've got Norris Manufacturing. It's 5664 square foot warehouse we want to propose. Access is going to be the same. It's just going to be a warehouse over existing paving. So access is going to be the same. Utilities are available, water, sewer. We're going to tie into sewer on site. Water is available just across the street. We're going to tie in for the new service for the warehouse and set up a meter there. So everything's there as far as infrastructure. So access, utilities are there, stormwater, not a big issue because we're putting this warehouse over impervious surface area as it is now. Just want to say Norris, I didn't know what Norris, I got introduced to Norris last year. Did a little visit to Norris. I don't know what you guys know about Norris. It's amazing. I'm gonna have Mark speak here to that.
Right.
But it's a good operation. They make quality metal components for aviation and so on and so forth. I know Robert wanted to kind of have us introduce how Norris does their thing, and so let me introduce Mark here.
I'm Mark Junkins. I live at 963 Corvette Drive, Largo, Florida. I grew up in Pinellas Park my whole life, so been here 55 years. North Precision Metal Manufacturing, we actually manufacture aerospace parts for F-18s, F-16s, all the parts like that. We do fuel pumps and housings. We're actually a big machine shop. We've had our internal metal finishing shop for 25 years. So all we're doing is getting new equipment and top of the state of the art equipment, waste treatment, all that, so we can move the metal finishing out of that plant into a plant by itself. So equipment's old, it's 30 years old. It's time to, get new equipment and make it a lot easier for the people that work there, environment-wise, everything. So this is why we want to build a new shop. So, and it's in Pinellas Park. So
Are they still doing medical devices as well?
we do a little bit of medical stuff, yeah, but most of our stuff is commercial airline and aerospace. So, and we do some really intricate parts. If you ever seen the parts we did, it's just, phenomenal. We're doing a part right now for the Invictus 360 Bell helicopter. Look it up. We do a pump for that. We do 2 of them, and they're in prototype right now. They're supposed to take place of the Black Hawk. So look that helicopter up, and that's one of the parts we do. So we need this facility so we can renew our equipment and keep doing our aerospace and keep it here. Thank you.
The Norris family's company has been around since...
They've been around for 45 years.
Yeah, long time.
Yep.
Yeah, long time.
So we're here to answer any questions you guys have. Appreciate the time.
City Council have any questions of either of these gentlemen? Thank you. Is there anybody else in the audience that would like to come up and speak on this item?
I just wonder what the address is. I haven't been a UPS driver. I wanted to take a picture of it.
4680 110th Avenue North.
Oh, okay.
The new building's gonna be 10955 47th Street though.
Even though it's on the same complex, they're making them get it. All right. So.
How many jobs is it providing?
We have 80 employees right now.
Can you hear that? When you guys talk, you're supposed to come up to the podium.
Oh,
it's okay. You're speaking loud enough, I believe.
No, I was not sworn in because I didn't know I was going to say anything.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yep.
Thank
Help
you.
me God. The Norris Manufacturing, when I had a little trouble with the eagle on top of that flagpole you see on US 19, I went to them. They machined me a new part to make a cap on the top of that pole and everything. Made it perfectly. There was a very large screw diameter you had to have. What do you know? They had to have a tap that was a perfect size. So I support them.
Thank you. So. You have to tell Joey next time that you guys need to come before city council. He has to come.
Well,
I know he's
you have to
busy.
tell him.
So, anybody else that has any questions for this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing at its first and final reading and entertain a motion by Councilmember Seville.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'd like to approve PSP-1224-00002, public hearing, first and final reading.
Motion has been made in second. All those in favor? Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to item P2, the variance for reduction.
Item P2 is variance to reduce minimum off-street parking requirement from 84 to 82 spaces at the same parcel you just discussed, 4680 110th Avenue North.
Thank you. Item P2's variance for reduction of parking. Public hearing, first and final reading. It is also quasi-judicial. I'm opening the public hearing to Bob.
Nothing else to add. I'd like to enter this presentation in the record for the variance as well.
Thank you. City Council have any questions of Bob for this item? Seeing none. Does the applicant have anything to add? Didn't think so. Seeing none. Any additional questions from anybody in the audience on this item? I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by Vice Mayor Reed.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion that we approve VAR-1224-00004, public hearing, first and final reading.
Second motion.
Motion has been made and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Item P3.
Item P3 is conditional use approval for expansion of an existing automobile dealer, new cars and used cars, in the general commercial B1 zoning district, and the location is 8501 US Highway 19 North.
Thank you. Item P3, conditional use approval. It's public hearing, first and final reading. It is also quasi-judicial. I'm opening the public hearing and turning it over to Megan.
Good evening. My name is Megan Montesino, Development Review Manager, and I will be presenting case number CU-1124-00004. The request is a conditional use approval for expansion of an existing automobile dealer, new cars and used cars, within the general commercial B1 zoning district. Shown here, outlined in yellow, is the subject property located at 8501 US Highway 19. The land use is commercial general CG, and the zoning is general commercial B1. Majority of the subject property and the proposed expansion are located in flood zone X, which is a low-risk flood zone. Shown here is the proposed site plan. Highlighted in blue is the proposed car wash with canopied car detailing area, and highlighted in purple is the proposed 51,513 square foot service building. Conditional use criteria for the automobile dealer. All criteria have been met, which includes review by Planning and Zoning Commission and approval by City Council, which is currently in process. Minimum lot area of 20,000 square feet. This criteria has been met since the subject property exceeds this. And a 10-foot wide landscape buffer along the entire right-of-way, which provides the primary access to the site. And this requirement has been met since the landscaping is existing and still currently meets code. A summary is that the applicant is proposing to expand the existing use, which is a conditional use in the B1 zoning district. The expansion will demolish approximately 12,000 square feet of existing square footage to develop the following, which is the 51,513 square foot service building, an automotive car wash facility, and a canopied car detailing area. Per code, the use of automobile dealer new cars includes minor and major automotive repair facilities for automobiles as an accessory use, which is why they're allowed to have this under this conditional use. Per code, the applicant is required to provide 515 spaces, and they are providing 643 spaces. This includes inventory spaces. Findings are that the proposed expansion of the existing use meets the conditional use requirements and review criteria per code, and the request is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the comprehensive plan. Staff recommends approval of this case, as well as on March 7th, Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of this case. I am here, and so is the applicant, if you have any questions.
Thank you. Does City Council have any questions of Megan? Seeing none. If the applicant would like to come up and speak on anything. Name and address for the record and whether you were sworn in or not.
Good evening. I'm Darren Ayer with Thomas Engineering Group, 1502 West Fletcher Avenue, Tampa, Florida, and I was sworn in earlier.
Do you have anything to add or?
So this is just an expansion of the existing AutoNation Toyota facility. They're just upgrading their service facilities, and then they're also adding the automated car wash to the north, because currently they just do it by hand, so they don't have an automatic facility at this point.
City Council have any questions of the applicant? Thank you.
No, okay, thank you.
Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by Councilmember Seville.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to approve CU 1124-00004, public hearing, first and final reading.
Motion's been made in second. All those in favor?
Aye. Motion carries unanimously.
Moving on to section 4, our consent agenda items.
Item C1 and C2 is authorization for the City of Pinellas Park to accept utility easements from Tampa Bay Land Holdings Incorporated for the parcel ID 27-30-16-10494-012-0100. Item C3 is authorization for the City of Pinellas Park to accept a utility easement from Woodland Park Townhomes Owners Association, 6226 76th Avenue North. Items C4, C5, and C6 are authorization for the City of Pinellas Park to accept utility easements from Roland DE LLC for property generally located at 6855 102nd Avenue North and 10250 68th Street North. Item C7 is authorization for the City of Pinellas Park to accept a right-of-way easement for property located at 8080 61st Street North. Item C8 is to accept with regret the resignation of Connie Garrix from the Code Enforcement Board effective February 6, 2024. Item C9 is to accept with regret the resignation of Bruce Dolly from the Board of Adjustments. Item C10 is to approve the appointment of Court St. Pierre to serve on the Board of Adjustment with a term to expire November 30th, 2026. Item C11 is to approve the appointment of Kevin Davis to serve on the Planning and Zoning Commission with a term to expire July 31st, 2025. Item C12 is consideration of a request for the mayor to sign a final plat approval for Pinellas Commerce Center located at 10288 US Highway 19 North. Item C13 is ordinance number 4245, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, adopting a master plan and supporting documentation for a mixed-use planned unit development MUPUD overlay with underlying general commercial B1 zoning on 5.98 acres of land generally located at 7725 78th Street North, and more particularly described in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, certifying consistency with the city's adopted comprehensive plan, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date. Item C14 has been withdrawn from tonight's agenda. Item C15 is authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract 1/2024 Ford Transit T350 cargo SWAT jump van for the police department from Alan J. Sebring, Florida, at a cost of $98,685. Item C16 is authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract 1/2024 Ford Transit T350 cargo van mobile interrogation unit for the police department from Alan J. Sebring, Florida, at a cost of $90,856. Item C17 is authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract 1/2024 GMC Sierra 3500 HD Crew Cab Chassis 4-wheel drive medic unit for the police department from Alan J. Sebring, Florida, at a cost of $102,592. Item C18 is to approve the purchase under Sourcewell contract of 12024 Chevy Tahoe 2-wheel drive police patrol from Alan J. Sebring, Florida, at a cost of $73,570. Item C19 is authorization to purchase under Hillsborough County bid 19970 paving services provided by Ajax Paving Industries of Florida, LLC, in the amount not to exceed $1,800,000 for fiscal years 23-24 through 24-25. Item C20 is authorization to purchase design services provided by Advanced Engineering and Design Incorporated in the amount of $88,323.25 under the City of Pinellas Park contract RFP 18/012 for the Performing Arts Center parking lot improvement project. Item C21 is authorization for approval and acceptance of change order number 2 for task order number 01/2021 under the City of Pinellas Park contract 18-012 engineering services provided by Advanced Engineering and Design Incorporated, an increase in the contract amount of $76,195 for a total adjusted contract amount of $262,831.50. Item C22 is authorization for the mayor to sign an agreement for the purchase of wholesale water with Board of County Commissioners in the City of Pinellas Park. Item C23 is authorization to purchase under Hillsborough County bid 19970 paving and concrete services provided by Ajax Paving Industries of Florida, LLC, in an amount not to exceed $700,000 for the Freedom Lake Park Walking Trail project. That concludes tonight's consent agenda.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Reed.
Thank you. Mayor Bradbury, regarding the consent agenda, I would like to make a motion to pass, approve, or adopt whichever action is appropriate, items C1 through C23, inclusive with item C13 being first reading prior to the public hearing, and item C14 being withdrawn. The next public hearing will be held in council chambers on Thursday, March 28, 2024 at 6 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. City Council have any discussions on items C1 through 23? Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on these items? Seeing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
We have no regular agenda items, so we will move to Section 6, comments from City Council and staff. Councilmember Seville.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'd like to thank Connie for serving on the Board of Adjustments for her time, and for Bruce, who's jumping ship from the BOA going on to the P&Z Board. And I'm thankful for Cord, who's moving over to the Board of Adjustments, taking Bruce's place. And then we also have Kevin coming on board. I'm just thankful for the people who in our community who step up and decide to get involved. And talking about getting involved, what's going on next door, Bart? You know, new company over there making tents or something? Tent City. We're moving Tent City to downtown Pinellas Park. I love it.
I'm sure somebody else does.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I'd like to give a shout out to the police and fire. I mean, what you guys go through every day and the things that you see and the things you got to put up with, I don't know how you do it. And so my hat's off to all you people. I mean, you guys are incredible if you ask me. And if you would pass that on to your staff, that, you know, it doesn't go unnoticed. The things that you guys do and the scenes that you guys arrive on, you guys are rock stars in my books. But other than that, I think we have a great staff citywide. I love Achieva coming in and doing that for our employees. That's awesome. I mean, it's going to help people get homes. It's going to help people make good financial decisions. And that's all I got. Thank you.
I think it's going to be a great weekend. I'll wait and let Lana do her thing about capturing the park and the chili blaze, but it's going to be fun. And that's all I got. We got an awesome. Everything you said is awesome. Mr. Key?
That's all you got. Come on.
I said a whole lot earlier and I got all teary and people back there are making me laugh. I can't even talk right.
We're gonna have to
But-
replace Bart's box of tissues.
I
after
know.
tonight.
No, it's awesome though. I so enjoy being and doing what I do that I'm blessed to do and being a part of this community and everything. And I think it's going to be exciting. I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow, this weekend. Come out and see us.
My turn.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is not my last meeting, right? Okay, I'll just save it for
Give us a warm up, Rick.
warm up.
Yeah.
I want you to figure out what happened in March in 1998,
Say it again.
which was really history making. March 1998.
You got elected.
Well, besides that.
Somebody else lost.
No, that's,
I know who too. He lived on 94th Avenue.
yeah,
He retired.
Oh, did he?
yeah.
That was a good time.
I think it was actually Dale Earnhardt won his first stock car race at Daytona Beach. And I was there. That was it.
I'd like to back up a little bit. We were saying nice things about Rick earlier on. I just want to clear up the rumor that his leaving had nothing to do with my coming here. So purely coincidence.
You being here?
I did also want to thank his family, Carol and Ricky, for serving with him for these 25 plus years, because it is a family endeavor when anybody gets involved in this mess. So they've both been there for the whole road. I've known Rick for, believe it or not, about 30 years. And before he was even here, I was bugging him for other things in the community when he was on the board at Boys and Girls Club and serving other agencies in the city, and always had a great relationship with him. And this is who he is. He always is Rick. If you need something, you go to him, and he's Rick. And I'm just grateful that I got to be a little part of that.
I'll be looking for a job here in another couple of weeks. So.
You can go out and guard yard signs or garage sales.
I can do that. I have my little yellow light.
I want a shirt that says double ugly now. Yes, ma'am.
Well, Rick's retirement festivities doesn't end right now. After council, there's cupcakes and refreshments in the break room. So please help yourself. And then the real party is tomorrow at Chili Blaze. See a much longer video and some fun faces in there like Ed Taylor. He had a lot to say the least. Other than that, yeah, Chili Blaze tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Put on by our local firefighters union and benefits MDA. Wristbands, $15 to sample all the chili you can, and live music. Then the next day, we have Country in the Park at noon to 10. We have all kinds of bands. We have petting zoo, critter races. We have 2 wrestling shows. We have a big headliner, Chris Jansen. So that's going to be a fun time. And then just to remind everybody, free permits still happening for residents, minor home repairs. So free residential permits, that goes on until March 22nd. So if you have some minor home repairs, come get that done before March 22nd because the permit will be free. March 23rd, we have the American Cancer Society Relay for Life at England Brothers, starting at 4 to 10. Don't blink. March 30th, the Beta Sigma Pi Easter egg hunt will be at 9 a.m. sharp at England Brothers Park. I say don't blink because if you've ever been to that event, it lasts about 60 seconds. Then we have, also on March 30th, we have Phony Baloney Senior Scam Play at the Performing Arts Center. That is a free play. And tickets are actually almost gone. So if you'd like to reserve a spot, you'd have to go to sagestheater.org. And that's all I have.
More highlights next time.
Chiefs?
So, Mr. Spiel, appreciate the kind words. I know I do believe I can speak for Chief Geisenberger when I say that, with all due respect to our colleagues in other agencies, other departments, municipalities, we definitely have the best of the best when it comes to our employees. They do this job because they come to Pinellas Park because they care and they know Pinellas Park cares. And the Chili Blaze is one of those examples. It's a charity event done by the firefighters. It's not put on by the fire department. It's put on by the firefighters local. And all the funds go to charity. I know, the cops do National Night Out and those other charity events and, all the stuff around the holidays. But it also comes from the caring that we get starting at the council. I've talked about it before, but I remember Rick in 1998, had no clue who you were. I was just told, we need this guy on the council. He's an advocate for first responders. And you've always been there for all the employees, not just the first responders of our side. And it was always been very proud to have been there at your first election, remembering that and, support and been very supportive. And it's been wonderful seeing you be here for all these years, all my career years. You've been here. It's been great. So we do appreciate it. But, people come to Pinellas Park because of they're welcome to be employees at Pinellas Park. There's some places, they look at employees as just people that work there, and that's just not the case. And it starts up there with council, the support the firefighters can get to do a charity event like that. Chili Blaze is just, it's a massive event. It's a massive undertaking. It takes a lot of city resources along with the firefighters' resources to be able to get that done. So I know they appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. I hope the citizens appreciate everything you've given. So thank you. It's been great. I'll be happy to. Can't wait till tomorrow night.
Good. Well, Rick, thank you for being a big brother. I appreciate it. Miss Jennifer, got anything that you wanted to add?
Yes, ma'am. I would just like to remind everyone that early voting is going on now through the 17th, and you can do your early voting at 3 of the Supervisor of Elections office locations, Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 5. And then Tuesday is Election Day, and the polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And we do have a ballot drop-off location in the lobby at the library.
Thank you. Very important stuff. Yes, sir.
Well, with all these things being said about Rick, I'll have to kind of remind me that 20 years ago this month, in March of 2004, your previous city attorney, Ed Foreman, passed away. And I became the city attorney, and Rick was sitting where he's sitting, and I was sitting where Lauren was sitting. And first thing he did when I walked in, he bumped me and leaned over and said, "You're not going to like me. I say whatever I damn well please." And I learned that was correct. But I did learn to like him.
Thank you.
whatever he says always comes from the heart and always is because he cares about the community. That's one thing I've learned over the years. He doesn't have a filter, and he loves our community. For that, we are definitely grateful. With that, we hope everybody has a blessed couple of weeks till we see you again, and hopefully we'll see you out at the events this weekend. Yes.
I was just thinking, Rick, are you retiring because you're going to become a grandfather?
No.
Well, you're going to have a lot more time on your hands.
I'm going to be a grandfather in April, Ricky. April. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I can't wait. I'll teach her every bad thing I taught you.
This is probably very true.
Yeah.
With that, we hope that everybody has a blessed couple of weeks until we see you again. And don't forget to come out and support the charities this weekend. Meeting's adjourned.
Get ready for a day of family fun at Country in the Park. Join us as Chris Jansen takes the stage as our incredible headliner, bringing his high-energy performance to the party. But that's not all. We've got activities for the kids, food and drinks available for purchase, a petting zoo for animal lovers, a chamber trade show, and even a thrilling wrestling event for those who love a good showdown. Food and drink proceeds benefit local nonprofits. Don't miss out on this unforgettable event on March 16th. Save the date, and we'll see you there.